Hello YouTube peeps, how's it hanging? How's it cooking? Yeah, once again I'm doing another blog and you're watching me live on, well, not live, just pre-recorded really, as in record before it was live or something like that. Yeah, I just had a nice meal with some chicken thighs with some mushrooms and garlic thrown on the top. What took 20 minutes had to end up being an extra 5 or 6 minutes because the damn thing hadn't completely cooked properly. What happened was I wrapped it in tin foil, right, and I thought that would cook all the meat fully and so what, and unfortunately some bits were still pink, which was annoying. Yeah, that's the trouble really when you're doing cooking of that sort. You have to be careful not to end up with salmonella food poisoning. Hopefully I haven't. I'm still looking well, I'm still looking good. You probably noticed my hair's grown out a lot longer now. It's been a while, I'm probably growing myself some added sideburns. No, they're not going to be extremely long down to here, just as a, just to extend it just a little bit, just to go with the hair growth and stuff. Probably noticed my hair hasn't been this fringe. My fringe hasn't been this long in a long time. Yeah, I did a little snipping and trimming up myself, and I've done a good job of it so far. Don't worry, I'm not trying to mutilate my good looks or appearance or anything like that. I just don't want parts of my appearance to look dodgy, that's all. After all, I do want to look decent and proper for people, especially if I'm broadcasting or doing videos on YouTube, for that matter. Right, before we go off the subject, was it? Yeah, it's all the recent scandals hanging around in the media, especially when it comes down to current affairs, is the scandals of Horsemeat. Yes, what are the food industry behind our backs without our knowing being putting in our foods? And who are the farmers who took part? Or anyone for that matter, whether it's in government or otherwise, in the scandal of Horsemeat infesting our products. I mean, this is the thing really, because especially with McDonald's though, and the fact they're using a lot of food paste and God knows what chemicals they're mixing with within our meat that have been sold at supermarkets as well as fast food restaurants. This is the thing, that you go to a restaurant and you expect to buy what it and it like. Oh, sorry, I'm stuttering a bit. Well, not that I'm stuttering. Just trying to get the words out of my mouth. I admit I have not been taking my medication, so I'll be taking it tomorrow before I go out to do a few things. Like, for example, I've been doing like healthy walking, part of this little sort of like MenCap Get Healthy type program thing, and I've been using like, hang on, let me show you very quickly what I'm going on about. One of these pedometers here. Hang on, sorry if I'm out. Here we go. Hang on. Here we go. It's one of these babies. Hang on. Am I holding it? Yep. Okay. So how does it work? Well, it basically measures how many steps you take, how many miles and you've done, and calories you have burnt. Those not familiar. Hang on. Let me. If I got this right. Okay. So. That one tells you how many calories you've done. I don't know if you can see it properly. Hang on. Trying to get the lighting right. Yeah, that's calories. That one's TMI. I don't know what that means. Maybe time, minutes, something. This one is, what is it? Steps. This one basically measures. Alright, so this one measures how many steps you've walked. Oh, say like you burnt nearly 400 calories. That means you've done about nearly 9 or 10,000 steps, basically. And this one is how many. Will measure how many miles you've been doing. It's very motion sensitive, basically, so it's pretty cool if you think about it. Yeah, okay, enough of that. So that's what I'm using when I go out for healthy walks in the park generally, or if I'm walking down to the shops. It's very it's handy to measure how many calories, steps, and miles you used up. I don't know what the TMR stands for. Probably time, minutes, record or something like that. I don't know. I'll have to look at the instructions, but the rest of it I get and understand, so that's pretty neat and cool. I mean, recently, I've lost nearly like 400 to 800 calories with that thing. It's just basically good to measure how much of your body weight that you're using up. Well, not that it measures calories, but and you find the amount of steps you do. I mean, if you do up to about 10, maybe 11 or 12,000 steps, you probably got about roughly maybe 6, maybe 7, or maybe 800 calories, I think. I don't know. I don't want to assume, but if it's around 10,000, you're doing 400. So basically, basically, I'm managing how much I'm burning in order to try and lose the amount of pounds that I've consumed. So it's all good, and it's helped contribute to the fact I've lost recently 12 stone. Yep, it's official. I've lost 12 stone. As you can see, I've lost quite a lot around the neckline. You can tell. But I need to reach my target weight of 11 stone. So thankfully I've recently been doing cardio, but not enough of it. Just need to increase some frequency. So probably, if possible, maybe by the end. Well, maybe by this summer I would have got down to my target weight. Though some others would prefer me to stick around 13 stone, as in 13 stone of muscle. Well, that was okay when I was with my brother and I was going to the gym regularly when he was still living in Holston, and I was able to meet up with him, and he'll be like my personal trainer and stuff, and helping me out. At one point I was living with him and he put me on a serious diet, but I've done this myself. Yeah, no, seriously, honest. I've done this all myself. I put myself on the diet. I've cut down on the amount of chocolate, junk food, snacks, but more importantly, increased my frequency of eating more fruit and vegetables, and basically just being on a balanced diet. That's what it's about. Not eating too much of this or too much of that. Sticking like one portion of food on the plate. You know, it's just simple. It's just practical. You know, it doesn't have to be complicated, you know. Okay, occasionally, maybe I'll get the one pizza once a month. I only get pizzas once a month. I love my pizza, but that doesn't mean I want to constantly, like, eat it every week, you know, and then you know, it's not good, and possibly, you know, because of my autism, you know, affecting my whole immune and gut thing, you know, with the whole glutenology thing, you know, and don't want to end up with constipation, piles, or God knows what. You know, so this has all been good. It's all been good. You know, I've been eating plenty of fish. You know, and then sometimes I'll take health supplements like fish oil, or especially these things, multivitamin mineral tablets, like I got from Boots, or no, these ones are from Superdrug. I think I have a Superdrug label on them, but it doesn't say, does it? Should do. Of course it does. What am I talking about? Duh, obviously it is. Yeah, here we go. It says Superdrug on the back of the label. So these multivitamin A to Z multivitamin minerals are very good. About 30 tablets. You only need to take one a day. You don't want to overdose it. You'll probably cause I don't know, maybe an epileptic fit or withdrawal fit or something, or I don't know. But you don't want to overdose on these things. They're very powerful. You know, not mess with. It says here, multivitamins and minerals formulation containing 25 nutrients for the maintenance of overall good health, vitality, and nutritional balance. Therefore, one has to have balance in the universe, and so forth. Other than just my medication. What else? Getting back to the point of why, you know, the food industry is constantly, you know, in link with, well, it is all multinational, really, and a lot of these multinational companies within the food industry, unfortunately, are too close to government. So the government claim, oh, you know, of all these exercise or fit for life adverts that we put on the TV, try and encourage people to get into eating healthily and more exercise and all that. Ironically, they're proving McDonald's people they're proving that. This I heard from that artist taxi driver guy, that they're like, trying to create new jobs within the food industry, such as at the fast food restaurants like McDonald's, Burger King, and all that. And that's a bit ironic when people are trying to eat more healthily and cut more jobs. And yeah, I could see why that would be, I don't know, contradictive. Prove me wrong, please. I'd love to hear your comments, likes or dislikes about what some of the things I said. I want to, get a good debate thing going on here, about people's concerns. It's a bit ironic because, we're trying to encourage our children to eat healthily. The government says it's doing a bit, but that's a bit, ironic because they have links with multinational companies which they're too close to that need the money and the profit margin, if you know what I mean. So it's a bit ironic when they say, oh, McDonald's to encourage more jobs and growth, and these companies are connected with the multinationals, all are the ones that are putting poisons in our food, chemicals, all sorts of, and being the latest scandals of horse meat, let alone mad cow disease. Next we'll be getting mad horse disease. I know, it sounds something only that mainstream media, which also close to multinational companies and governments worldwide, would help them promote and use fear to control the masses with. It's all about trying to control consciousness. Some of these interesting videos. And then, there's Richard Dawkins' The God Delusion, about how, religion is used to control people, how they're using separatism of, all these different labels, like culture, and I can go on. But let's not go off the point about what I'm talking about. They should have had more and more regulation, like they did with the banks and multinational companies that are also linked with them, especially the banks. They're no worse than all these companies have gone AWOL when it comes to, the whole point of of regulating parts of the food industry is to make sure they're not throwing anything that's illegal, unethical, or they get against standards that have been put in place to protect the very people who they're selling all the meat and marketing to. I go to Asda's. Look, I'm not saying I'm for Asda's or anything like that, but at least they sell some very nice things there, like chicken and some beef. With all the round scandals, how can you know what's really in your food? Well, this is the whole point about self-education, self-research. Self-education, researching for yourself, whether it's through the library. I do encourage to go to the libraries, though, as well as using the internet, because sometimes, the digital world, all the zeros and ones, unfortunately, being a code, can be changed and altered. Therefore, the information on the internet is sometimes either inundated or completely inaccurate. So but it's still a useful tool. You can Google loads of things, and hopefully the people behind those websites you try to look for information on about this sort of thing would keep it completely updated. Hopefully they do. I hope. And also, don't help support your local libraries, because they'll have internet computers as well. Computers with the internet there over there. Yeah, some do, and some don't, but the ones that do, I think Alston Library, I know, over in northwest London, near Neaston, where I live, which is was it half a mile away, has it? Yeah, so, check it out on your local library, and you'll see and know what I mean. But, come back to the point that I feel they really do need to do more regularization. They should have had more checks, and the fact that they became complacent. Or is it another? I don't want to go into the whole conspiracy theory. Oh, they knew this. They were doing this. Oh, they allowed this to happen because they wanted to decrease the surplus population. Well, they wanted to decrease the surplus population. Oh no, is it all to do with the Illuminati, Freemasons? I don't want to start, ranting and raving about that. Obviously, the whole point. It would be an even more bigger scandal, like the expenses or the hacking scandal, if they knew what these governments were doing. They're way too close to a lot of these corporate companies that own and blackmail these MPs, so they buy it's and the reason it's not just complacency. It's just all so like a lot of corruption that's been going on, let alone bureaucracy slash red tape, as it were. I mean, and what goes on? Well, it seems there's some information out there which, by the Freedom of Information Act, people have the right to know. The last thing you want to go is feeding God knows what to your kids. But you could be feeding them like the MMR. Well, no, that's something that was created by people to scare and control the masses once again. Everyone loathes and hates mainstream media and tries to go to alternative media like Democracy Now! On YouTube, or the Alex Jones channel, or RT News on Freeview as well as YouTube. So it's all pretty cool, really, when you're trying to fight against totalitarianism. And you look at films like, was it THX 1138? It's a good example there. Yeah, in the near future, that's what's going to happen to all of us when we're in total control, like sheep. The masses have gone underground because of nuclear war, famine, disease, radiation. I could go on about that. I don't know, there could be like loads of conspiracies to how the horse meat got into the food of the supermarkets. A lot of this tested positive of all the horse DNA. And why the hell horses? Good grief. Is this how humanity has kind of like decided to downgrade itself to eating the beloved... Oh god, you just have to hope it's not Clydesdale horse meat in there. Dun dun dun, from America, of course. That will make the scandal twice as big as it is already. God, unless some corrupt officials knew what was going on, trying to keep it quiet, and then in a panic they tried to pull the plug, but it was too late. Someone found out, and voila, look what happened. Yep, the herds are gonna roll for this already. Like I said before in the last video, maybe they arrested a couple of people. Did I say it? I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. But the whole point of the matter is that you can't let people get away with this sort of thing. I mean, hey, it's no worse than the recent thing with the diamond heist. Yeah, I mean, moving away from the horse meat scandal, I probably didn't write it on. Oh, it doesn't matter, I'll just mention it anyway. Yeah, so we heard about the heist over in that part of Europe. Or is it Belgium or Brussels? Or it doesn't matter where the location is. The whole point of the matter is that somehow they had some inside guy that knew the ins and outs of the bank, the security codes, the computer databases and financial records. They knew the whole blueprint in and out of the building, thanks to one insider undercover, probably with false ID papers and all sorts, to make it look like as if he worked there, probably operating like some sort of ghost. One of these wonders, one of those sort of like sort of like secret ops missions to rob. I mean these guys were like almost like pros, because they kind of like did it in 60 minutes or so, or more or less, and they managed to steal a jet plane, load all the cargo diamonds on there, and just get the hell out of the airport. I mean, this whole thing, yes, it's organised crime, but it's sometimes wonder, the government, it makes you wonder if governments are not only just, well, obviously, they are linked more to multinational companies, but possibly with organised crime. We don't know. I would have thought the hacking scandal of what every tabloid or what the press had used has been worse enough. But if this got out, well, not that there's anything new about it. I don't think there's anything surprising, but if this got out, probably be opening more cans of worms than what's going on with the whole horse meat scenario. And there's even been traces of pork within beef as well. God. What next? Fish and chicken? Unless we like to call it that. I mean, I don't know. It's pretty frightening, really, because now there's been this new coronavirus, which is twice as worse than norovirus, but though it's not as contagious, if it affects the immune system of the person as having like gut problems or something like that, then whoop, well, unfortunately this particular person, who has not been named for legal or private reasons, out of respect of friends and family or wishes, unfortunately, passed away as a result of this virus. It destroyed his immune system completely. Well, his immune system wasn't strong enough. It was too weak to fight the infection off, and as they say, the subject was dead before he left the table. And this is history there. Yeah, not very good, not very good. Oh dear. Yeah. There's always going to be conspiracy theories like, oh, was this man-made or was it natural? We don't know. We don't know. All we know is, this guy caught it over in parts of North Africa somewhere, and came back with it here. Though it wasn't as contagious, which makes you wonder. If it's all to do with biological or germ warfare. I don't know. I don't want to start saying, oh, there's a conspiracy theory that maybe this guy was kidnapped, injected, and found in the desert somewhere, and then he was found by the authorities, lost days, confused, and they managed to die. I could be wrong about that, But I just feel I'm just trying to get a picture of what happened to this person, and can't imagine what friends and family must be thinking, They got my condolences, of course, and this is harrowing. Well, it's also not I want to be like random, like kind of stuff here and whatnot, and but we as human beings are like very fragile. We like to think we're invincible, but we're not. We're not Superman. We're just frail creatures that unfortunately get ourselves into all sorts of silly, let alone stupid situations. And wow, I don't know if this was that sort of silly, stupid situation this poor chap got himself into, but not that I think that's the case or anything like that. No. I'm just try and just get at the bigger picture, as it were. How did he catch something like this, even if it wasn't contagious enough? I don't want to, start conspiracy theory and think, oh, it's that, or it's this, or they did it, it's them, No. I think we want to be grounded in reality, whatever reality we may be grounded in, I do not know. It's a mystery, isn't it? Maybe this is a mystery will never be solved, or... Well, of course it'll be solved. Well, I don't know that. Do you? No, thought not. So let's not have any assumptions about that one. Yeah, and that's the thing. Coming one more time back to the horse meat. Because you don't know where these animals have been. You don't know if they've been injected with all sorts of antibiotics, and of course, unfortunately, horses do get medicated by ketamine, of course. So we don't know if there's traces of ketamine within the horse meat itself, and being a legal high of choice for some clubbers and ravers out there. I shouldn't have said that, should I? Don't. Oh, bummer. Oh well. Well, I fear if any kids have watched this, please don't do anything stupid like that. I know I've heard of the craze of the benzo bombs, and honestly, children in this day and age, what are they doing? Well, abusing their bodies with this amount of substance. I would have thought finding genetic horse fodder was worse enough, but it's no worse than seeing this this person's kid unfortunately having to take away burger and chips. How old was she? About 5 or 6 years old. This is not to be judgmental about the parents or anything. Okay, understandably, because of what the government doing, especially with the bedroom tax thing, council tax, and hiking up and you know, trying to tax the poor. I mean, this is where it's leading to, which I find a bit ironically, because they want to promote, but that's hard when they've decided to throw in this bedroom tax on top of all of it. And some people, unfortunately, you know, I have nothing against them buying a takeaway for that kid, but now I can see what the government are doing when one can accuse them of double standards or being contradictive and a bit ironic. They say, "Oh, we'll invest the money into, you know, trying to get people," and then they start, but at the same time they're taxing them if they've got an extra bedroom. You know, there's going to be, what is it? Apparently, it's going to be like a big, huge demonstration march on a demonstration on the March 30th of this year. It's going to be massive, really. It's going to be massive. I think it starts in the morning or early afternoon, either one. Yeah, there's even the Hackers Anonymous have announced it as well. So it's all happening. Everyone's like getting up and gearing up in arms against our government, who are meant to be who are meant to be working for us, but instead they just working against us. It's no worse than, was it the NHS, and they're trying to almost destroy it. It's almost like they're trying to destroy and bankrupt this country. I know that sounds a bit extremely extreme. You know, we're already on the deficit running to billions, if not, well, according to my dad, be the power of like up to 9 or 12 zeros of like trillions of money, up to like, we're trying like thousands, billions, or 10 billions, we don't know. Yeah, when you think about it, and then it obviously becomes obvious when you want to just strangle these bankers and politicians and all these multinational companies that just ripped us up and sold us down the river like regular Arnold Benedicts, you know. And it's just like, it just makes you wonder, is this what humanity has turned itself into? And then they say, oh, it's them, they're behind the scenes in this alternate reality. They're trying to manipulate us and control us and keep us in fear 24/7 until we die and wither like a flower, in the winter time. Wow, I can't be it. I'm sorry, I'm being random and rambling on here now. I'm almost losing the point of what I was going on about. Oh dear, I'm almost running overtime as well, but yeah, it's all good, and I don't know, you know, I can imagine people are going to have loads of opinions on left and right and centre and to and fro about bedroom tax. You know, everyone's got an opinion. I'm very respectful and honourable and appreciative of people's opinions. You know, please subscribe, comment, like or dislike. You know, it would be nice to have more subscribers. I only got about nearly 10 subscribers. Boo. Oh well. Someone once upon a time said I sucked ass. Well, guess what? I think they're wrong. I think they're definitely wrong. They obviously don't know me that terribly well, and I don't know them. I am not going to be judgmental at them. Well, if they want to be nasty and, you know, rude at me, well, you know, I pity them. I really do. Not all human beings in front of them suck ass, you know. I don't mean that in a literal or uncontextual sort of way. No offence. Right, where was I getting? I was getting off the point here. So yeah, coming back to the whole bedroom tax thing, and there's this demo on the 30th mention. I know I mentioned a minute earlier, and all that happening, and people raising up in arms about it, and protesting against the arm. I mean, you know, come to think of it, you know, being an assistant trainer and working for Brent Mencap, to explain all my experiences about what it's like to have, you know, mild to moderate autism / Asperger's, and now they've changed the social communication disorder only in America. but over here it'll still be known as Asperger's. I don't know. I don't know. So many. I don't know. Maybe the it's all money making cow when it comes to the APA, you know, and you know they're linked with a with multinational company. Everything is interconnected, integrated, you know. They see how ADHD was created by them, you know, it's the whole thing, and it just makes me worry about. Oh, well, if that's fake, it just makes me wonder, oh no, don't tell me autism / Asperger's like ADHD and God knows what is fake as well. It's like saying, oh, there was, don't tell me, oh, Hans Asperger created that just like the AP, try and get all money out of this from multinational companies. That'd be frightening if that were the case. I hope it's not that. I hope it's not so. I really hope it's not. Please, someone tell me different and prove me wrong. I'd love someone to prove me wrong and put me back on the right path here, because it's a worry in my mind I don't want to have. Yikes, and they'll be saying, oh no, that part of my life was a lie, and I went to a school for £50,000 that council paid each year for the last 7, 8, nearly 10 years for me to go to, and I got the best education possible. I know, it sounds like a private boarding school, but you know, I probably said it before, you know, it was for people. Not that it was a mixed school, it was an all-boys school. I know, it sounds sexist, tragically. I wish it would have been a mixed school, that would have been pretty cool, but then it'll be like... Yeah, okay, let's not go there. Right, so, yeah, so, you know, I got the best education possible, and... You know, it was worth the investment, even if some, you know, my friends have opinions about it. Some say, oh, it was a dump. Others would say it was a hellhole. And some felt they were being institutionalized by it. And the councils just throw us in there as, like, problem kids and didn't know what to do with us because we're almost like troublemakers, social misfits. A bit like the scanners in that David Cronenberg film, or X-Men, or... by Bryan Singer or something like that, you know, like they almost treat us like we were freaks or something. I don't know. I'd love to hear comments and about that one. Please like and subscribe. You know, would be nice. Oh yeah. Going on about MenCap, getting back to the point, MenCom getting away from the whole Horsemeat thing. I think we've talked enough about that. With MenCap being an assistant trainer, I've recently been helping up me and another colleague of mine trying to teach people how to use the Wii Sports. We're trying to promote more healthy eating and exercise and fitness class and all that, and trying to get people involved. I know it's not much, but the Wii, I love using the Nintendo Wii, probably the best console that Nintendo ever created. I hear of Microsoft, their new Xbox 720, they decided not to let people use their old games on it, and that someone said they were completely deluded and out of touch. They've kind of like let fame, money, and power go to their head, being a multinational company themselves as well. Yes, in the games industry. They're completely full of themselves. Microsoft, unfortunately, have lost the plot. Maybe Bill Gates hadn't left, he would have definitely made his cohorts there realise they'd made a foolish mistake in how they've designed this new Xbox. I fear they've almost like sealed their fate, or I should say, purveyors of their own doom. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to end it on a high note here with Star Wars. I got like a new visual guide, and hang on, let me just go again and show you what I'm going on about. Hang on, I'll be back in a tick. Here is it. Here we go. Yeah, I'm back. Okay, I'm good. 1, 2, 1, 2. Right. Here we go. Okay. Let's do that. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so this is what I recently bought in W.H. Smith, and I love it. I've been reading obsessively. If I start reading into it, I can go on about those things, the empire of evil, and it's almost in some ways mirrors what our governments have almost become a little bit, and how some of the same scenarios in the Star Wars universe is happening within our own in real life, and basically, the Star Wars visual guide tells you everything you ever wanted to know about the Star Wars universe. I know, I'm a geek. Comes with my autism. But then you don't have to have autism to be a geek either, so it works both ways, really. Yep, you can see me? Yep, you can? Oh, there we go. Yep, so there it is, the Ultimate Visual Guide, and it goes on about journeying through the Star Wars galaxy with this compelling book. Apparently it cost me about, like, what was it, like, they knocked it down to like $6.99, which was brilliant, so I had to get it. Goes on here, Star Wars, the Ultimate Visual Guide, uncovers the full story of the amazing Star Wars saga, with more than 1,000 images from the movies, cartoons, comics, novels, TV series, and merchandise, along with behind-the-scenes photography and much, much more. This extensively researched guide reveals the complete, millennia-spanning history of George Lucas's long-ago, faraway galaxy, from the origins of the noble Jedi and evil Sith to the rise of Luke Skywalker's new Jedi Order. An ideal introduction to the world of Star Wars, and an invaluable addition to every fan's collection. Yep. Apparently, this version is updated and expanded. Now also includes overviews. Oh god, I haven't bent it already. Oh god, I have not. Overviews, images, Star Wars The Clone television series, in-depth look, Old Republic video games, Lego, blah 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 blah, etc, 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 and it's pretty cool. I recommend it if you're a big fan of Star Wars. I know I am. I've got I've only got through them. I only got episodes like 4, 5, and 6. I haven't got like episodes 1, 2, and 3 yet. I hope to get those in the long run. Hopefully, I've also got the bonus materials, including the Indiana Jones bonus materials as well, which I had to get with my Indiana Jones collection. Thankfully, I managed to buy it separately from a charity shop. There's plenty of them. Yeah, because I recently went to Newmarket, and I went to a Newmarket stay with a friend. Both of us went off to Bury Cinemas to watch Wreck-It Ralph. I recommend Wreck-It Ralph. It's kind of like Tron meets Toy Story in a way. That's basically it. So it's kind of like set in the virtual world of games and all that. But the whole point, I don't want to get off the point of why I went to Newmarket and stuff, but yeah. So I kind of like. I went to see Wreck-It Ralph at Barry Saltman's, and being a quaint little place there, it's got loads of shops, a lot of them charity shops. This is an absolute gold, and there was such a wonderful market there, so I definitely do recommend it. I mean, they have stalls that do like hog roasts. God, I feel like I'm almost promoting Barry Saltman's. Well, it's part of I think it's either part of Suffolkshire or Cambridgeshire. I don't know which one, possibly Cambridgeshire. I guess. I could be wrong. It might be Suffolkshire. I don't know. Or maybe bordering on between the two. I don't know enough of that. Seriously, I should get back into studying geography here. Maybe get into astronomy. I'm thinking of maybe doing more courses or in cooking, try and expand my cooking skills a little bit more. Maybe cook desserts even. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be really, really cool. Yeah, and as well as looking around all the charity shops, and God, everywhere you go in WH Smith's, right? Like, whether it's Newmarket or Boston Edmonds, they are got for all the multinational companies in the food industry, they're promoting chocolate like mad. So how the government meant to be promoting healthy living, exercise and all that when you get places like WH Smith selling chocolates by the pound load? I mean, yeah, this is the place I also got my Star Wars Ultimate Visual Guide from, but what I find absolutely ridiculous and a bit ironic is the fact that the government try and do one thing and then they try and please the other, and it's just like, well, you can't have this and that. It's either this or the other, in reality, I guess. But then again, it's up to the public, you know, to educate, self-educate, and look after themselves and keep themselves on a balanced diet. But true, you can't force people to start eating healthy like that. Some people don't give a flying monkey's uncle, really. You know. Sorry, I don't want to use swear words. I want to try and keep my blogs and videos swear-free as much as possible. Good grief, I've gone on to 40 minutes now with all my waffling. Oh, I hope I don't bore people too much or make them... Sometimes I have a habit of going on about the same subject, and unfortunately I made a few people while I was in music college fall asleep. Friends of mine, of course. But I won't say any more about that. Coming back to the point of W.H. Smith and the fact that everywhere you go at W.H. Smith, there's one corner store selling chocolate here, another there. It's almost pester power. It's just nuts. Hell, my dad, I went with my brother and my dad over to Warner Brothers Cinema, or Warner Brothers Village Cinemas used to be called at one point, and you know, it's like all the sweets you can possibly want there. And my dad just called it a sweet stole of death, really. We walked into W.H. Smith. Not that there's any wrong with selling chocolate, but because there's so much of it, I think my dad would probably, you know, probably be shaking his head in shame of that the food industry is allowing this to happen, and it puts a lot of pressure on parents by the government to get their act together. But I just accuse. Sorry, I don't want you know. I just find them contradictory and ironically accuse, and a bit ironic really. One could accuse the government of double standards, doing one thing and yet at the same time promoting the other because they're too close to a lot of these companies. Like the banks, they should also be separated. They should be divided up. You know, into, you know what I mean. You get the general point, yeah. Well, it's oh good grief, it's getting late, and I think I better think about calling a night there. But like I said before, please rate, you know, like, subscribe, rate, comment, like or dislike, whatever, and well, let me know what you guys think out there. It'll be nice to finally hear some comments. I don't get that many comments. And please, appropriate comments. No asking me for this or that will get me kicked off, or you guys kicked off YouTube. Let's keep it nice and clean, alright? Alright? No funny business, okay? Let's keep this clean, alright? And I'll say toodaloo for now until the next time for my next vlog. That is ciao for now. Actually, on that how program used to say, and that is how for now, or all for now, something like that. Yeah, of course. Okay, I'm signing off, and I'll see you now. Nah, that's what Max Kaiser says. Okay, let's try something else. How about that's the I got. You know, I'm always trying to come up with my own original one-liner, and I can't always. Well, I'm not saying it's hard. I'm just saying it's a bit tricky because you don't want to end up copying someone else's. Well, the one thing I created was, does nothing ever stick? It's not very catchy, is it? No. Anyway, I'll say ciao for now. Arrivederci. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen, bitte. Hello.